Hello everyone, Ladislas Maurice with The Wandering Investor. Today I'm at Istanbul Airport and I'm on my way to Freetown in Sierra Leone. Why? Because we're licensed agents for the Sierra Leone Citizenship by Investment Program, and we've been invited by the program administrators to join a delegation in which we'll meet senior government officials, and they want to show us the country so that we get a better understanding of what the opportunity is. We'll also be meeting with a few of our clients that are flying from different parts of the world who are considering the program for themselves. So the event is supposed to last 4 days. We'll be staying a full 8 days in Sierra Leone because we want to spend more time on the ground to look at investment opportunities as well and to really get a feel for the country. So let's go. So the plane almost emptied out here in Ouagadougou, which I was not expecting because most people were speaking English. All the African Americans got off here in Burkina Faso, which is surprising because it's a francophone country. I was expecting them to go to Sierra Leone because many of them go to Sierra Leone and Liberia specifically. But what's transpiring is that thanks to the administration of Ibrahim Traoré here in Burkina Faso, there's a renewed interest in Pan-Africanism. And a lot of these African Americans are coming here to experience it firsthand. So I was not expecting this. Insightful.
Welcome to Freetown.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Honorable Kasibama, who's hosting us. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Sierra Leone.
Thank you. It's my first time in Sierra Leone. I'm really excited. This airport is superb. When was it finished?
Yeah, it was finished 2 years back. It was built by the Turkish people, a company called Suma, in collaboration with the government of Sierra Leone.
Is there a lot of Turkish investment in Sierra Leone?
Not really. They are here, but not that much. But they collaborated with the government of Sierra Leone to get this one done for us.
So it's something that we see a lot in Africa increasingly is Turkish investment. And the way Turks enter market is always through infrastructure development. And now we're going to take the ferry to town.
Yes, it's not really the ferry. We are taking the boat called Sea Coach. The ferry is on the other side, and we have private companies. We have the Seabird, we have the Sea Coach. They have flexible boats. It's comfortable more than the ferry.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Because the airport it's kind of far from the city if you don't cut through with a boat, right?
Absolutely. It's a 35 to 40 minutes ride across the sea.
Are there plans for a
to
bridge?
the city? Yes, the government is planning because our prayer is for us to have the bridge to make it easier for people that come in to just move to Freetown easily.
Lobby of the boat companies is probably not happy about that.
I know, that's what it's about. They will not be happy about that. But that's our prayer. As you are here, we'll just drive direct to Freetown.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, breakfast time, it's a Sunday morning. I managed to get an extra sandwich out of Turkish Airlines last night, and the Airbnb host left water. So this is how people drink water, typically in West Africa, in these little plastic pouches. It is a Sunday morning, so we are going to go to church and praise our Lord.
It's Sunday, no traffic.
A lot of traffic during the week?
Oh, yeah.
This was a lovely mass at St. Anthony's Catholic Church, and now we are a little hungry. We're gonna try to find some grub. We're gonna find a restaurant or something, and then we're gonna meet with Steven, the program architect, to talk about the week ahead. We're in the parking lot of a nice hotel here in Freetown, and look at that, only Toyotas. This is the ultimate status symbol in much of Africa.
Actually, we Sierra Leonean, we love white people. Most people like coming from America, France. They are welcome to Freetown, Sierra Leone. And Freetown, Sierra Leone, this is Steve Scott, Techno, Nani, and all this. Welcome back to Freetown.
They are our brothers.
This is Machiavelli from the Black Street family. I've been in this game for a decade. The rap is my trade. I got no time for no fake soldier. A real soldier. As soon as I step on the street, I got my own kill, got my own speed. Many bitch fall for me.
Are you on Instagram?
No, YouTube.
You're on YouTube?
Yeah, I got videos on YouTube.
Okay, cool. So we'll add a link below in the YouTube.
Yeah.
My name is Tacugama. Sponsored by Way Out Family Worldwide. www.wayout.com for life.
Jose, who's with me right now filming, he kept saying, I want chicken. So here we are, Chicken Town. Let's go. Today's a lovely Monday morning in Freetown. So yesterday was quite good. We met with Steven, we drove around town and shot some B-roll of the city because there isn't much traffic on Sundays, unlike days of the week. It can often be quite hectic. But today we have a really interesting program. We're gonna meet with the Chief Immigration Officer, and then we're gonna meet with the management teams of 2 different banks to understand their outlook and their operations here in the country. And the day will finish off with a nice welcome dinner for all the delegates that came through from all over the world.
Good morning. Steven.
All right, so we're at the immigration department here in Freetown. We're gonna go meet the chief immigration officer. A lot of the money that's being donated will initially be used to revamp the whole building because right now it's kind of derelict. And that's why countries like Sierra Leone are doing this. It's not only to attract people who will invest more money into the economy and attract new citizens with means, but also to take these donations and revamp government buildings and invest in infrastructure in the country. Cool. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Mustafa Shadrach too.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, Mustafa.
We're very grateful for your time and for receiving us, and also for facilitating the introductions to your colleagues in government.
Thank you very much, Mark. And again, let me welcome all of you. We hope you enjoy your stay. We'll do our best to create the enabling environment for you to have a very good memory of Freetown. We also welcome you. This is the office of the Immigration Department. It's a very exciting opportunity, actually, to having you on board this program as well. President, like I said, wants to reform, and one of the areas he wants to reform is immigration. And why does he want to do that? He wants to open up the economy. He wants to open up the country. We're a very peaceful country. We have democratic stability. We have changed president 3 times peacefully through democratic means. Everything that you have to do in terms of investment, they will do everything for you. They also provide aftercare services. It's not only encourage you to come and invest and they leave you, they also be with you throughout your investment journey, make sure that they provide you with all the social safety nets required to ensure that your investment succeed. Because whatever penny you put into it, you employ more Sierra Leoneans, you pay your taxes, it generates more revenues to government. So the longer we're able to sustain that over time, the more people you employ, the more taxes you continue to pay, the more revenues. So the multiplier effect on the economy is far greater. So having all that in mind, that's where we are trying to put a very competitive package together. And as we say in our local language, on a kushe and kabo. Thank you.
So we're here with Stephen, who's the program architect here of the Sierra Leone Citizenship by Investment Program. Stephen, how are you?
I'm good.
So today you took us to meet the Chief Immigration Officer, so this was really interesting. And now we have two banks that are coming to present, correct?
Yeah, Ecobank and UBA Bank, they're coming to basically pitch everyone for their money.
Increasingly in the world, when you go to banks, they don't necessarily want to deal with you, but here they're hungry for capital. Ecobank is a Pan-African bank. It's actually very well respected. And UAB is originally from Nigeria?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you become a citizen, you help applicants, or new citizens rather, open accounts?
Correct, yeah. So the idea is that because of the robust due diligence that all participants in the Go-For-Gold program go through, notion of the banks is if it's good enough for the government, it's good enough for them. So that's enough KYC for them to open the accounts.
And what's particularly interesting about Sierra Leone as a banking destination, and look, we're not saying, I'm not here saying that this is an offshore hub and this and that, you know, let's be realistic here. Sierra Leone banking is very privacy focused. It has not signed up for CRS, which means that the authorities will not automatically share your banking information with your other countries or country of tax residency.
I think one other point to make is that, you know, rightly or wrongly, Sierra Leone is a cash economy. All the businesses pitch up at the bank every Friday afternoon with a sacks full of cash representing the week's takings. The banks are not afraid of cash. That's not to say that you can pitch up with $1 million in a suitcase and expect to get it back without any questions. It just means that there's a certain efficiency to banking in Sierra Leone that you don't see in OECD jurisdictions.
Are there any capital controls or foreign exchange restrictions?
None whatsoever.
So if I have, let's say, $100,000 on my bank account here and I want to wire it to my account in the US?
Internet banking, give the instructions, it'll get done.
And there's no central bank queue, like in other African countries?
No, because they're such an exporter of natural resources, including gold, foreign exchange reserves are not an issue.
All right, interesting. Let's go.
That we'll be using, that is what we call offshore charges. That is $35. It is fixed, irrespective of the amount. So whether you are sending $1 or you are sending $1 million, it is fixed, $35. For us at the bank, of course, we're a profit-making entity. We always charge 1% of the total sum, which is negotiable based on volume. And then, of course, of late, government has levied GST on every income that we make as a bank. So 15% of that 1%. In respect to offshore transfers, those are just the charges. 1% commission, $35 offshore, and then 15% government GST. That's just it.
You can do your payments. To anybody you have to pay, you can do your payments on the online platform. You can do your conversions. Say you want to convert from USD to our local loans. You do it on the platform. You want to do payments, you can do it on the platform. We also have the internet banking for individual accounts. Say for your personal accounts. You can be here and transfer money back home without going to the bank. You can do your conversions online. You can pay for any bill you want to pay for. And when we come to our cards, we have our Visa cards. You can use our cards internationally and locally. You can use it to make payments at the restaurant, the hotels, anywhere you want to do your payments. Ecobank is everywhere. When it comes to internet banking, we have been crowned as the best bank. We will be happy to be part of your team. Whatever it is you're coming to do, you want to be part of it as your financial banking institution. In terms of customer service, we proudly say we are the best bank, which I believe is one thing every other person is looking for. You don't want to have your money somewhere. When you want to access it, you find difficulties in getting it. Customer service will give, it's a top notch for Ecobank. And that is one thing we promise to give.
All right, so now we have to rush. We're going to meet the Speaker of Parliament. We're going to go to Parliament. But what we learned from these banking meetings is that actually there are some capital controls, soft capital controls, but only for individuals. So if you're an individual transferring more than $10,000, we'll elicit a lot of questions and potential limits. But if you have a local entity, then there are absolutely no capital controls nor foreign exchange restrictions. All right, let's go. So we just had a last-minute rush from the hotel to Parliament, Stephen. Why?
Well, because our colleague has been able to arrange an audience on short notice for us to meet the Speaker.
the Speaker of Parliament?
Correct, yeah.
All right, fantastic. So we're lucky. We're going to be going into the actual Parliament.
Yeah, I believe that will be the case, and then we will have an audience with him, and we'll be able to understand more about the democratic process and the democratic tradition in Sierra Leone.
Exciting.
Well, we are together in the 5th Parliament. Meet to these wonderful people. This is Stephen.
how are
Stephen
you?
is going to introduce them and say the rest of it.
Please, sit down.
But you are all welcome. He's the number 3 man in the country.
You are all welcome to the House of Parliament. This is the people's house. As I can see, you have already started enjoying the niceties of Sierra Leone. So, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for your time and your attention. I know you're extremely busy. I'm pleased to introduce our delegation that have come from a number of different countries.
Okay.
We have from France, we have from the United States, from Germany, from India, and we're here in pursuit of the Go-For-Gold programme, which creates the conditions for foreign direct investment. We have participants in the programme that come from a variety of different sectors. We have a medical doctor and a professor. We have software developers. We have a 6th-generation publisher. There's quite a considerable collection and depth of entrepreneurial experience and endeavour in the delegation. So everybody is very aware of the fact that Sierra Leone is a great story, understanding that the time is now, the history is done, it's all about the future. There's no growth in the West. China has demonstrated very clearly what can happen. I think it's fair to say that we all share that vision, which is why we're here. We're absolutely delighted that the country has welcomed us with open arms, and we have every intention to do as much as we can for the benefit of the country to enable us to achieve our own personal, commercial and entrepreneurial objectives. So once again, thank you very much for your time. It's greatly, greatly appreciated.
Okay. Like you said, Honorable Segepo Solomon Thomas, I am the Speaker of this House. You know, Sierra Leone is open to people like you, and because we are in a hurry to make sure that the best is done for Sierra Leone. Of course, there's no gainsaying that we're a poor country, but we think big and we dream big. But we are very friendly people, and of course, you must have realized that now. And we are in a hurry to make sure that those mistakes that were committed yesterday never repeat themselves. You know, I want to assure you that as a House of Parliament, we have been very, very ambitious in passing the right kind of laws to ensure that we unite the Sierra Leonean community. We create space, not only for the men, but the women and the children also. You know, we've passed several landmark laws. We are among those countries that have abolished the death penalty. And Parliament is always willing to pass laws that will encourage people to invest. We don't want people bringing their monies to Sierra Leone and at the same time are afraid that they're going to lose their money. So we go all out to ensure that those who invest in Sierra Leone are hugely protected. Like I said, we're determined people, and I thank you for coming. Be rest assured that you'll be comfortable in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much for coming.
Mr. Speaker, thank you.
You used to be a member of Parliament here.
Okay, thank you very much for the quick and prompt acceptance. And, Stephen here sitting, he has been a pioneer, an advocate. He's a Sierra Leonean now.
Yeah.
Because he goes to international platforms to talk positively about Sierra Leone.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
It's a great story.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, during the war, everybody was involved. The Muslims and the Christians, these are the major religions here. They came together, went to the war front to preach to the rebels to come out.
And lest I forget, Sierra Leone is one of the religiously tolerant countries. You have a Muslim man marrying a Christian woman. Of course, a clear demonstration of that is the marriage between His Excellency the President and the First Lady.
Yes.
He's Christian, the wife is Muslim. He goes to church, the wife goes to the mosque, and they are happy together. You see Christians going to the mosque to pray, sometimes Muslims going to church. Religion has not divided us also at all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think we'll take our leave now.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
That was your seat. I know, that was your seat.
This was my seat.
You're welcome to Sierra Leone.
Thank you.
Welcome to Freetown.
I'm going to be your narrator. May we take this time to show you how it is being done in Freetown, Sierra Leone. My lady. My name is. All right. Where are you from? Germany. Oh, German. Are you from Berlin?
Last night was really interesting. We had a nice dinner and a ceremony for some newly naturalized citizens that are originally from Europe. And today is a new day and we are going to the National Investment Board to discuss some potential public-private partnerships that the government has on offer. We should also be meeting with some faith leaders of Sierra Leone, as well as the Ministry of Tourism and potentially another ministry as well. We'll see. That meeting is hanging a little bit. We'll see how that goes. So another beautiful day in Sierra Leone. Let's go. All right, so here we are, we just got here. Look, again, this is why programs like this are needed in such countries, because these countries need investment. This is literally the sign of the government building. There's no other sign. Public-Private Partnership Office of the Vice President. These countries need investment, they need CapEx, and that's what citizenship by investment programs provide them with. Yeah, so we just had an interesting meeting that Steven set up with the Director of Policy of the National Investment Board here of Sierra Leone, which is in charge of attracting foreign investment into the country. We had a few discussions on their key focus areas, which are, and it's not too surprising, agriculture. The reality is Sierra Leone is still very much an agrarian society, especially when you go out into the rural areas. Infrastructure development, which is very much needed. Energy as well. There are ongoing blackouts in the country, as well as tourism, which is another growth driver, and the country has a lot of potential. It's really beautiful. But what I really took out from this meeting was the willingness to help foreign investors. The government here realizes that, they're a poor country. We're looking at a GDP per capita of less than $1,000. That's extremely low by global standards. It's effectively one of the world's poorest countries. But what this citizenship by investment program does is it manages to attract citizens, new citizens that are in the top 0.1% worldwide, or even of rich countries, the top 0.1%. At this meeting, the delegation, a lot of people want to stay a bit private, so we can't really show their faces, but we had university professors from Western countries that are interested in healthcare opportunities here. We had software developers, people who want to start agricultural companies, investors that are focused on renewable energy. So it's just this perfect match in heaven of country that needs investment, that wants investment, and that manages to attract ultra high net worth individuals from all over the world to come here and invest. And they're actually paying for that privilege. People are fleeing a lot of high tax countries, and Sierra Leone has the privilege of being able to attract these people and making them pay for it, and then having them invest here. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity for all involved, actually, because if you're one of those high net worth individuals investing here, as a citizen, you feel a lot more secure, and as part of going through the program, you're given access to essentially top level government officials to help facilitate your investment journey in the country. So it's really, really a win-win. And I like, Stephen, that you're approaching this program this way, because sometimes some programs is just buy a passport. Here, it's not just buy a passport. It's, you get citizenship and you're really given the opportunity to use this citizenship to do business and help the local economy grow. And this is what I find fascinating is Sierra Leone is a real country. It's not a little island in the Caribbean. It's a very real country, and there are a lot of business opportunities here on the ground. And this tour is helping open my eyes to some of these opportunities. And we're not just talking of small opportunities like starting a shop or something. We're talking, you can come here, you can build a factory, you can build a bridge, you can build toll roads and public-private partnerships with the government. There are big projects that you can work on, a lot of mining as well. So I really enjoyed this conversation here today.
The major attraction to me about the whole program is the fact that the major initiatives that count for the government have all emanated directly from the President's office. New airport came from the President's office. This Go-For-Gold program came from the President's office. There are other initiatives that are all resulting from the President's office, including the establishment of the National Investment Board. And the key takeaway that I've had from this particular meeting today was this reinforced message that Sierra Leone's open for business. They're taking it seriously. They recognize that they need to attract high net worth individuals to the country to understand what the opportunities are, to then determine where their investment capital is best deployed in this frontier economy. And then the role of the National Investment Board is to facilitate that in a corruption-free, efficient, understood manner so that everybody gets the return on their investment. And the President's vision for 2039 for the country to become a middle-income country will be achieved in fact.
I was interested in this program before coming here, but the longer I stay here, the more I'm like, I have to do this. So you might get an application form on your desk.
And you're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome.
All right, now we're going to go see the Minister of Tourism, right?
That's our next move, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Sierra Leone will have untapped potential as we hear from the Director of Tourism himself.
We had a fascinating discussion with the Minister of Tourism and Culture here in Sierra Leone. And right now we are with the Director of Tourism. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm Mohamed Jallo.
Fantastic.
It's a pleasure.
So your ministry has a very interesting initiative for people who want to create eco-lodges. Can you elaborate?
Yes, this year is the year of ecotourism in Sierra Leone, and our main product is ecotourism. The reason being is that Sierra Leone is blessed with lush green forest areas, it's blessed with mountains, with lakes, with rivers, with some exotic islands, but also within the proximity of Freetown, we have some beautiful green spaces for green investment. We have areas around the region, which is just 20 minutes away. It is accessible, we have electricity, the road network is good. We have about 6,000 acres, some beautiful green areas where people can build. We will attract investors to help us develop some ecologies, nature trails, campsites, botanical garden, some leisure recreational areas, meeting room, conference facilities. And in fact, the rate on return of investment, as based on the feasibility study conducted, is about 15%, which is very good, and government is very willing to work with investors to ensure that we provide the land on a minimal lease basis. And of course, we can come up with incentives that are flexible to allow investors to be able to help us to develop some of these places. But not only within Freetown, but also in the close to our national parks, in the buffer areas of our national parks. We also want to develop some fantastic green investment areas that will support ecologies and other facilities. So we are calling on investors. Please come in. Sierra Leone is ready for business. Sierra Leone is willing, and we want to work with you so that we can make Sierra Leone a premier ecotourism destination.
Look, I mean, when you take a step back as an investor, you're being offered free land, a free lease, 20 minutes away or 30 minutes away from a city of 2 million people with infrastructure around. That's quite interesting. And then full government support as well in terms of paperwork and getting things done. And with the Citizenship by Investment program, you can become a citizen of Sierra Leone as well. So you really secure your investment as a local citizen. So really interesting initiatives here in Sierra Leone. There really is a world of opportunities out there. We just had a very interesting meeting with the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone, of which Reverend Tamba Mbayo is also the Vice President of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Sierra Leone, and Sheikh Ibrahim Bari, the National Secretary General of the Supreme Islamic Council of Sierra Leone. The two gentlemen are both executive members of the Interreligious Council here in Sierra Leone. So, gentlemen, thanks again for your time. Could you please elaborate a little bit on relations between faiths here in Sierra Leone?
Yes, first of all, I would like to say that
We are very fortunate in Sierra Leone to have peaceful coexistence between Islam and Christianity, or Muslims and Christians. The history of Sierra Leone is blessed with the fact that we don't have animosity, we don't have conflict between these two religions. And the reason is that generally Sierra Leoneans are peaceful people. And also in a family, you will see some members are Muslims and some members are Christians. In an office or in a marketplace, you will see some staff are Muslims, some are Christians. So because of that, we believe that religion is not for conflict. Religion is for peace and coexistence. So therefore, the Inter-Religious Council was founded during the height of the war in 1997 as a way to contribute towards peace in this country. And because of that, we succeeded to get everlasting peace since 2002. We never have any conflict in Sierra Leone. So generally, I can tell you that Sierra Leone is known and it is celebrated for, sometimes you see in the same street, you have a church here and you have a mosque. When there's a problem, for example, they want to pray at the same time, they easily come together and make a timetable so that during the month of Ramadan, when people are praying at night, the Christians will give them chance, and when the Christians have their Christians worship, the Muslims also will give them chance. Sometimes even there is a fence between the church and the mosque.
And Reverend, apparently the first family of Sierra Leone is an example of this, correct?
Yes, you're quite correct. The truth of the matter is that one of the things that Sierra Leone is known for is our religious tolerance. And like the first president, my wife also was a Muslim. But we got married, and now she's Christian, she's coming to church with me, and I don't have a problem with her family. She don't have a problem with my family too. We've lived like that for 31 years. One of the things that Sierra Leone is known for that we normally say we can even export to other nations is our high level of religious tolerance. Both faiths, we coexist. As you can see from the meeting we just had, the Inter-Religious Council, we had Muslims and Christians, and pastors, imams, sheikhs. We all sat on the same table. We discussed issues of national importance. Let me say this to you that we have been called many times to go to other nations to talk about religious tolerance. We have helped. This Inter-Religious Council of Sierra Leone has helped set up Inter-Religious Council in other nations. And so that is why Sierra Leone is at peace as we are at the moment, and we pray that it will continue like that.
Thank you, Reverend. So Sierra Leone is really an interesting example of Muslims and Christians living very peacefully side by side and together, which goes against much of the prevailing narrative that can be found in Western media that's always trying to pit one against the other for political reasons. So thanks a lot for sharing, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Look, Stephen, this delegation is really fascinating. This trip is great. I came here because, we're licensed agents for you guys. We have a few clients that came down that are interested in the Citizenship by Investment program. So we just came to do our own due diligence to get a better understanding of the program, of the country as well. I had never been here personally, but I'm coming out thinking that I might not just end up being a licensed agent, but also potentially a client and a new Sierra Leonean citizen. I really enjoy it. So could you please elaborate for our audience here how to become a citizen of Sierra Leone through investment?
First and foremost, you need to be clean. Secondly, you need to be worth at least $1 million US. Thirdly, you need to have all of the qualifying relationships in place if you're going to include associated family members or your +1 business partner.
So what's the base price?
Base price is $140,000 for the main applicant, and then it's $10,000 for the normal dependent, $20,000 for the special dependent, which is the immediately wider class of dependents, and $30,000 for the +1 business partner incentive.
Also, there's an option for people that are African descent?
Yeah, if you are of African descent or you are a African national already, continental Africa, you get a $40,000 discount on the main applicant fee, so $100,000.
And how do you demonstrate that African heritage if you don't hold an African passport already?
Through a DNA test by Ancestry DNA.
And does North African heritage apply? Egyptian, Moroccan, Algerian?
Continental Africa, top to bottom.
And for Muslim friends here, how many wives can be included?
As many as are legally founded in the relationship.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the due diligence process?
So we have contracted with Harrod and Associates in the UK, who are very well known due diligence experts in the RBI CBI space. And so they've given us a commitment and a contractual undertaking to turn around due diligence within 14 days.
So I'm very close to making the decision to becoming a citizen myself. What are the required documents to apply?
So we need proof of identity for all applicants. We need proof of relationship in terms of accompanying qualifying family members for both normal and special dependents. We need to have a clean due diligence check.
What does the due diligence check entail as an applicant? Does one need to provide documentation?
No, the documentation that forms a normal part of the application is delivered to the due diligence agents, and then they undertake all the necessary checks to ensure that they're worth $1 million and that they're clean and they don't represent a risk to the country.
So we've had a few clients go through the process, and one of the first questions they have is escrow. They're a little bit worried about sending money to Sierra Leone. They say, well, how do I know that this is safe for me? What's the process to make sure that investors are safe?
So there are two options. They can send the escrow to Gambia, to the biggest law firm in the Gambia, who serve as escrow agents to the initiative, or the client can use their own lawyer.
Look, and quite frankly, this is unique in the citizenship by investment space, that you can use your own lawyer from back home to act as your escrow agent. This makes it really, really safe for applicants.
The intention is to remove all the obstacles to pursuing the objective of the program, which is to attract foreign direct investment. We don't want to throw logs at the feet of entrepreneurs as a result of unnecessary burdensome administration.
And crypto is accepted as well, right?
100%.
And something that I find interesting that we've been really exploring, now I'm starting to understand on this trip, is you also offer full, essentially, investment support for new citizens who would want to make investments in Sierra Leone. I mean, we see through the connections that you and your team have here. We met ministers, we met the National Investment Board. We're going to meet even more ministers and new citizens. The main applicants get a free company with banking, right?
Correct. The intention is to support investors in the program to change their intention to invest into the practical capability to invest by giving them an entity and giving them banking, so that if they do want to invest, it's just push button go.
It just makes investing in a part of the world that is typically very hard to enter from a essentially bureaucratic point of view. It just makes it so much simpler. As soon as you arrive, you become a citizen, and then you have access to all the people that can help you accomplish your goals, create jobs. And this is very valuable for the percentage of applicants that want to do business in the region, because let's face it, it's a high growth region in a world where there is decreasingly growth. Here we're talking of a country with less than $1,000 of GDP per capita. There's a lot to do here, but it's also a complicated environment to operate in. If it was easy, people would know about it, right? So essentially you're making investing in Sierra Leone as frictionless as possible for new investors. All the new citizens are all multimillionaires. They're all high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals. And the carpet is being rolled out. You're a citizen. You'll have access to all the senior officials that can help you create the company, that can help you move ahead with your investment objectives, with your goals, to build capacity in the economy, to employ locals and really grow and really help Sierra Leone grow. So I think this is really an invaluable service, because I worked in Ghana for 3 years. It's hard. Doing business in West Africa is hard. And what we saw in the past 2 days is extremely valuable.
And we set up the Go-For-Gold Club specifically to provide that support. We understand the challenges that people have in doing business in Sierra Leone, so we want to remove that from the equation and give the concierge type support that these good people need to get full value out of the reason why they invested in the program in the first place.
Yeah, so people that want to enter the market in West Africa, this is a very decent option. You become a citizen, you have full support to create operations here, and from Sierra Leone you can potentially have here as a base for your company to do business in other parts of West Africa, knowing that the authorities and all the infrastructure has your back as a local citizen, as a citizen that went through a special investor process, as opposed to just being another random foreign investor in Ghana, of which there are many, and then you're just kind of left to your own device.
And let's not forget also that being able to easily take up residence in any of the 12 ECOWAS countries is simply, for the most part, a matter of filling in a form and paying a small local fee and a little bit of service charge on top to bring that to pass. So it's very straightforward actually to harness your Sierra Leone citizenship to go live in Cape Verde, to go do a Gambia, Nigeria, piece of cake really.
Yeah, and countries that are relatively big markets like Ghana and Nigeria, they're hard to access. You need a visa and you need to go to the embassy and they always make it hard and this and that. You become a citizen of Sierra Leone, that's it. You just show up at the airport and you're good. So really, the citizenship, look, I'm not here to badmouth other programs. Traditionally, people would want to buy some random little island passports in, the Caribbean or something, which made sense for a certain type of people. But as a Westerner, we already have good travel documents. We don't need another passport with good travel rights in Western countries. We have that covered. What this here offers is the opportunity to invest in high growth markets and the process being made easy as well. I think this is really invaluable.
And the intrinsic value of Sierra Leone, I think, is unparalleled because not only do you get 12 countries for the price of one, but if you think about the potential future sovereign wealth fund and the value that lies beneath the feet of all Sierra Leone citizens, it's easy to compare perhaps, the Norway story. What was Norway valued at 50 years ago and what is it valued at today? I think the same holds true for a country like Sierra Leone.
Yeah, that's being quite bullish. We'll see. But there are a lot of reforms happening, that's for sure. Tell us about how does the citizenship go down the generation? So let's say I become a citizen, my family as well, and then my daughter in 30 years' time, hopefully sooner, let's say in 20 years' time, has a child with a non-Sierra Leonean and the child is born outside of Sierra Leone. How would this work?
So it makes no difference once you become a Sierra Leone citizen, irrespective of how you've acquired citizenship. Citizenship will propagate by descent. The present Citizenship Act is subject to a major amendment, which is going to be working its way through Parliament in the very near future. In the meantime, the special naturalisation regulation, which contains all the operational components to making this citizenship equal to the citizenship that all African American Sierra Leoneans have, irrespective of their gender, will be available to everybody that's participated in this program. And that will eventually get escrowned in law very soon, in actual fact, because the government's taking concrete steps to bring that about as we speak.
Fantastic. And tomorrow, where are we going?
Tomorrow, we're meeting with Access Bank, the biggest bank in Africa, 63 million customers, Nigerian listed, just acquired the banking arm, West African banking arm of Standard Chartered Bank, so their tech is completely up to speed. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, who are the government-owned bank, who are extremely hungry. I think you'll find that the officers will be handing out application forms, encouraging people to give them your money. And then in the afternoon, we're seeing the Minister of Mines, and we're going through the biometric data collection exercise for our new citizens and our intending citizens at the same time.
So Stephen is doing a bit of a sales pressure on me. He's like, oh, you're here, you can do your biometrics. Just, are you doing it? Are you doing it? So I still have 16 hours to think about it.
Good night's sleep. Won't take much.
All right, exciting. So Stephen, see you tomorrow. It is extremely hot today. We woke up, had breakfast, came out, and the heat just hit us in the face. It's quite brutal. Today, we're gonna see a few people, but we're gonna start with biometrics. So it is possible to obtain the citizenship and the passport entirely remotely without coming here to Sierra Leone. But if you want a local ID, which is useful if you wanted to obtain residency in other ECOWAS countries, you need to give your biometrics. So right now, people who already went through the program and prospective applicants are going to go through the biometric process. Let's go. All right, Stephen, so are you applying yourself?
Well, I'm going through the biometrics data collection process because it's always useful to have this in the system. But I do have, let's say, an iron in the fire in relation to becoming a Sierra Leonean national.
All right. Hello, ladies. How are you? My last name? Maurice. So now we are at the headquarters of Access Bank, one of the largest Pan-African banks.
And welcome to Access Bank, Sierra Leone. So my name is MM, I'm the Executive Director of Operations and IT. We have our online payment systems as well, which we work to ensure that customers' activities and their needs are also being met. We're also into the diversification aspect of ensuring that the women are also being taken care of. Every aspect of the industry, we are in the public sector area, we are also in the retail banking, of course, the retail banking that drives the business. We are also in the corporate space as well. And then we are also in support of everything that happens in the country where banking and financial governance is concerned.
My name is Mohamed Misbachalo. I'm the head of operations. So as my colleague just said, late last year when we took over Standard Chartered Bank, so it was quite imperative on our own part to build on our IT infrastructure. Because as you know, Standard Chartered Bank is a global entity and they deal with large corporates. So as a result of that, what we did was to develop a solution known as the Primus Plus. We rolled out the application last year when we went live with during the integration process. And I can assure you with confidence that it has been quite remarkable.
So the meeting with Access Bank was really interesting. These guys are absolutely hungry for new clients, for new deposits. They were literally just in the meeting saying, look, we want money, we want to make money, we want to help you do business, we want to remain compliant. But the objective here is be compliant, you grow your business, and we make money. And we're here to help you do this. And it's such a change, a welcome change from meetings that one has with banks, typically in Western countries, where the whole speech is just compliance, 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 ESG, ESG, ESG. I mean, here your money is welcome, and they make it very, very clear. So when they found out that we were a delegation of newly naturalized Sierra Leonean citizens or about to naturalize as Sierra Leonean citizens, then they immediately understood the game. They're like, okay, cool, you guys are a target market, and they started dishing out account opening forms for both retail and business, saying, yes, once you get your passport, we can help you open it remotely. You'll just have to notarize, send it through DHL. We can get you accounts. So it's such a nice change from my usual interaction with banks. And it's not like it's a small bank that's sketchy. It's a very large Pan-African bank, Access Bank. They are based out of Nigeria, but they are publicly listed, I think. They have very solid correspondent banking, multiple correspondent banks in the US, in Europe, in London as well. I'm impressed. So we're having lunch now?
Yeah, very good too. It is.
Can you tell us about this place?
Yeah, this is a social enterprise called the Music Cafe. It's downtown Freetown. It's an adjunct F&B outlet to support a music school that's directly above. So they run these two things together to provide income for locals and also very cost-effective tuition on the music side.
Is this run by Sierra Leoneans or by diaspora or by foreigners?
100% Sierra Leoneans.
And after lunch, we're going to head into a very different space.
Yeah, after lunch, we're going to go and see the Minister of Energy, which is going to be a very interesting conversation, I feel.
Yeah, Sierra Leonean is full of natural resources, and that is one of their stated priorities, to develop mining, to develop more energy infrastructure, and to attract foreign investment. We're here at the Ministry of Energy of Sierra Leone together with the Deputy Minister for Energy. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Good. Thank you very much for hosting us here.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the energy mix of Sierra Leone?
In Sierra Leone, we have an energy mix that comprises of hydro power, solar power, and thermal power. In addition to that, we buy power from our neighboring countries, from the Republic of Guinea and from Cote d'Ivoire, through the West Africa Power Pool line, the CLG line.
So Sierra Leone for now is a net energy importer?
I wouldn't say net, but we do import. I think we have our internal generation is greater than what we import, but we have to supplement our internal power with power that we buy from our neighbors.
What are some of the biggest bottlenecks?
The biggest bottlenecks is that, first of all, we have only one transmission line that has operational capacity of about 60 megawatts. And that's a problem. It means we are not able to bring all the power that we can buy from our neighbors to the major load center of Freetown. And there are plans to increase its capacity to 90 megawatts. In addition to that, we want to develop what we call a northern transmission line that traverses the northern part of the country, connects what will be the dispatch center outside of Freetown, a place called Newton, about 25 miles from Freetown, to another place called Fadugu in the northern part of the country, and there it will connect to the West Africa Power Pool line. So any power buy from the West Africa Power Pool line will be transmitted to Freetown, and that line will have a capacity of 200 megawatts, and it's a 225 kV line. The towers will be constructed for a second circuit, so when the demand increases, we can have a second circuit, increase the capacity to 400 megawatts. In addition to that, we're planning to construct a southern transmission line that is fully funded by the Millennium Challenge Corporation (MCC). That starts along that same West Africa Power Pool line in the south and comes to what I'm saying is going to be the dispatch center Newton. That's also we are going to string a one circuit line, again 200 megawatts, but the towers will be constructed for a second circuit when the demand increases. So once we have that, we'll have a ring around Sierra Leone. So you'll have the West Africa Power Pool line going like from north to south, and then you have a southern line and the northern line all meeting just outside of Freetown, which is the major load center. And the good thing is when we get that going, we can connect the major mining companies. That's important to us.
And what is the timeline for this project roughly?
The MCC project we expect to be online 2020, 2029, more like 2029. The northern line, we're looking at development partner funding. We're also looking at the private sector. For that one, we're looking at 2027.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you still looking for partners for these projects?
We're looking for partners, especially for the northern line. That one, definitely we're looking for partners for the northern line. Right now, it is our most critical energy project because all of this power will be stranded if we cannot bring it to the load center. We have developers working on hydro plants and the provinces, solar plants, but it's all with the hope and expectation that northern line will be ready by the time plants are ready.
So really the biggest bottleneck is transmission?
Transmission is
then
the biggest bottleneck now.
Okay.
Having said that, we have an old network in Freetown, an old network that needs to be rehabilitated completely. Unfortunately, we haven't paid attention to it in the past, but we're doing it now. The leadership now, above my pay grade, laser focus on energy. So I told you during our get-together, proof of that is His Excellency the President is our Minister of Energy. That tells you all you need to know about the focus that the country has on energy. The President has told us repeatedly that energy is the enabler of economic development. If we do not get energy right, well, we're not going to get anything else right, whether it is education, health, agriculture, you name it. Energy, we need energy to do that. Manufacturing, we will not be able to become manufacturing based in any way if we do not have our energy right.
Energy is life.
It is. We say water is life, but energy is a very, very close second. It's a very close second.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Deputy Minister.
Yes.
So Sierra Leone is open for business. Transmission, power generation, hydro, solar, those are the top two.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And our colleagues was talking about waste to energy. And that's also something that we want to take on board. Yes, he had a very good concept that he explained to us, and we're looking forward to having further engagements with him.
All right.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Professor, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we are now at Tacugama National Park. We're supposed to see some monkeys and some wildlife. It's a 20-minute drive away from town. I do not have the appropriate shoes, but yeah, let's make it work.
The showrooms, we are opening again in the park. So you go and read on the socials.
Hey, so I'm here with Patrick, who's an outreach officer here at the National Park. Patrick, how are you?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm good. How about you?
How long have you been working here?
Yeah, I've been around here for a year.
And what did you study before?
Well, before coming here, I did a bachelor's degree in rural development.
Here in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, here in Sierra Leone, one of the prestigious universities known as Jela University. So I came here as an intern, but now I'm a full-time staff.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Being a conservationist is something I always wanted to do because it's something I'm passionate about. I'm looking about the sustainability aspect of it, how we can protect our environment. Because thinking of how the world is going now, global warming is at a all-time high, and people are now deforesting and all. So I want to see how I can play my own part to see how we can mitigate and operate in a very manageable way to protect our environment.
Personally, as an investor, I see this as a great investment opportunity. The Ministry of Tourism and Culture has essentially offers free land leases for people who come here to Sierra Leone and build eco-lodges. You could come here and negotiate a free land lease with the ministry directly, and then you build an eco-lodge. The thing with this location here is that it's amazing. One, it's right next to a national park, and two, you're still just 20 minutes away from the capital city, almost 2 million million people or so. So there's a real market that is right here for people that live in Freetown that want to spend the weekend in a nice lodge, or for tourists, it's a no-brainer to come here, even to base themselves here when they conduct business in Freetown, etc. And you can also get citizenship out of it. You can come here, you make a donation, you get citizenship, you make your investment, you get the free land lease, you really secure your investment, and it's a win-win for everyone involved. Job creation, and then for you, an interesting investment and security through citizenship. I'm here with Bala, the founder and director of the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. How are you?
I'm good, very well. Happy to have you here.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us over. Can you give us 2 words about the sanctuary?
Well, the best ecotourism destination for this country is not just from us, you check anywhere. So we have done something good. I think with the right partnership, we can do a lot more. We advertise ourselves as more than a sanctuary. It is a sanctuary for rescued chimps, but our work is about looking at all the major things that are affecting the chimpanzees. So our work is very diverse across the country. We work with over 100 communities, 3 national parks, delivering alternative livelihoods, research, advocacy, education, many things like that. So it's a brand you will connect with where you can explore so many things.
Fascinating. And how many chimpanzees do you have here in the sanctuary and in Sierra Leone in general?
We have 123 chimpanzees at the sanctuary. We call them the ambassadors for 5,500 chimpanzees that are living in the wild. So sanctuary is addressing to the symptom, to the problem. Our work is more about protecting the wild chimps so they don't become orphans and they don't come here. That's the whole idea.
Is poaching an issue?
Poaching is still an issue. That is why we need to work with the communities. So they understand by preserving something in their forest, they get more benefit than poaching and eating a monkey or a chimp. So that's exactly the message we come across. That's why no program we do without the element of humans getting benefit as well, not just animals.
And this is also why the Ministry of Tourism and Culture is encouraging foreign investment here and giving out very interesting terms to foreign investors, because they want to create local jobs, build links with the community so that people can depend on normal jobs rather than poaching.
Correct, exactly. That's our aim is same.
Fantastic, thank you.
All right, good to meet you.
These chimpanzees are no joke. So a few years ago, a bunch of them managed to escape into nature and they killed a human. And then after a few days, 23 of them came back willingly because life was just a little too hard in nature and they preferred it here. So after this conversation with Paul, we're going to have a quick chat with Yepe, the portfolio manager, and then Stuart from C4 Africa. Tell us a little bit about the chicken farm. I find this really interesting.
Predominantly, poultry in Sierra Leone is imported. 90% of the poultry consumed in the country has to come in from via the ports. So there's a massive market for locally produced poultry, both in form of broiler chickens and eggs, that the locals don't have to rely on imported prices, imported stock. So we joined hands with Truestone 2 years ago to try and make a dent in the poultry consumption in the country. We have a vision of growing the current farm to 40,000 birds in the next 2 years and potentially 200,000 in 3 years' time.
And now? What are you at?
It's currently at 5,000 birds. It's still a pilot project at the moment. We're doing 2 test phases of production, a floor-reared production or floor-laid production and a cage production to prove various production methods and productivities and efficiencies.
Can you tell us a little bit about the imported eggs?
So the imported eggs that most of the local population has to procure take weeks and months to get here. So they are no longer fresh. They are usually upwards of 2 months old by the time they get consumed. We've done some tests on eggs that I probably would not consume as a person just because of what we've found in them. But the market is of such a nature that they're desperate. They need the protein and there's no alternative. So now we're trying to provide them with a fresh, locally grown alternative. If we're able to reach our goals, there should be no reason why we're not producing in excess of 25% of the locally consumed eggs within the next probably 4 to 5 years.
And in terms of price points, where do you stand versus the imported eggs?
Price point, we on par, slightly below the imported egg price, primarily because we want to move the egg. I haven't done the cost calculations, but I know at our current prices, we're not breaking even, we are making money.
So you're making money, you're below the competition in terms of pricing.
Yes.
So what's holding you back?
Purely investment and infrastructure. So if we can get the investment, we can get the infrastructure set up. There's an enthusiasm and a need. So that's already ticked in that box.
There's a lot of this happening in Africa where if you produce locally and you have good operations, you can absolutely take the market by storm. And there isn't a demand issue. The issue is always supply. When you look at this, you say, oh, well, that's easy. But you faced a lot of challenges as well.
Sierra Leone's got a unique setup in that whilst it's part of the African continent, it is sort of semi-isolated where it sits. Getting materials here all has to be imported. Cages have to be imported from Europe or the Far East. So it all takes time, unfortunately. There's no easy way to get things here, so everything has to be properly planned. But the opportunities are here. The land is here, the people are here.
And just to give a little bit of history, we were actually at a 40,000 capacity earlier with no problem selling the eggs. It was just the productivity levels, the bird mortality rates were just at a level where we couldn't make money. And that's why we brought in Stuart and his team. And we've seen some drastic improvements in this number in a way where now we should actually break even around 13, 14, 15,000 birds. And then from there, it's just a solid business.
So essentially you had a talent issue?
I mean, Stuart can talk to this a lot more, but we had a talent issue. We had just a biosecurity issue, feed issue.
One of the big issues was knowledge. From a veterinary point of view, there's very few, if any, specialists in the region. I understand there's only 2 or 3 vets within the greater region at all, so let alone poultry specialists.
Sorry, wait. 2-3 vets in the greater region? What do you define as greater region?
Sierra Leone.
There's only 2-3 vets in all of Sierra Leone.
Yes.
And you need a full-time vet for your operation?
We don't need we've brought in a full-time poultry specialist from a poultry background because there was no one in the region with or willing to assist and able to assist. We bring in our veterinary skills from South Africa on every 2-3 months and daily communications with the team discussing problems. But there's a person with veterinary knowledge and poultry knowledge on the ground permanently now.
And one thing we're doing here is that as part of our portfolio, we also have a quick service restaurant chain serving chickens. They are actually taking some of these chickens and then are having special items on the menu, sort of marketing as locally chickens that's doing decently well as well. So we have some demand we know is there from just our own ecosystem, and then of course there will also be the open market.
So Costa, who's behind here with the camera, has been taking me to Chicken Town a lot the past few days. So
I hope you enjoyed it.
You need to try the Frontline burger.
Cool. So I think this is really interesting. It's another case study of there are just so many business opportunities across Africa. If you're willing to spend the time, if you're willing to do the hard work, this place is completely open for business. Some jurisdictions are extremely hard to operate in. Some are a bit easier. And some of the governments are quite hostile. Here in Sierra Leone, the government is really rolling out the red carpet for foreign investors. So it's a very interesting combination. And again, you can come here, you can get citizenship, you can feel secure with your investments. It's a good story.
You can actually, from the Investor Summit the other day, you can actually open up a business, register a business in Sierra Leone inside 24 hours.
That's impressive. Try that in South Africa.
Try that anyway. Try open up a bank account in 24 hours.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.
So tonight we're going out exploring the city a little bit. I'm here with Costa, who helps process the CBI applications. He's been hiding behind the camera as well. How you doing? All is well. All right, cool. So we're gonna go check out a reggae bar that everyone's been recommending. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm fine, brother.
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Hassan.
Hassan. Is this where the good party's at?
Yes, they have on Thursday a reggae night, band show.
Until what time does it go?
Well, till morning, till noon, around 5, 6 in the morning.
Okay. All right, so I'm here with Santos from Liberia.
Yeah, sure, Santos.
So tell us about the gyms here in Sierra Sierra Leone?
Okay, first of all, my name is Santos. I'm from Liberia. I was brought here to be a trainer for one gym called World Fitness. I believe, and I think it's the best gym in Africa, in West Africa. So far, because all the African countries I've been to, I've never seen this kind of gym. They're really modern equipment. It's amazing, man.
So we met some Greek guys here. What are you doing here in Sierra Leone?
We're working in a shipping company, and we came here to check the vessels.
How many weeks or days are you here?
Already 2 days, and we will stay 1 week about.
So you flew into Sierra Leone?
Yes.
You do maintenance
this
of
is
the boats?
my third time here.
So we're in the tuk-tuk with Johnson. Johnson, where are we going now?
We coming to Grand Casino.
To the casino?
Yeah, to the casino. This is the Grand Casino.
Are we gonna go gamble now?
Yes, sometimes I'm gonna gamble.
Let's go gamble. Costa, you said you'd make money. You lost all the money.
I lost all the money.
Johnson, you were pretty bad too. Everyone lost money.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money.
It was a Chinese casino. We tried to take a video inside. They were really not happy about it. So Johnson, tell us about the nightlife in Freetown.
The nightlife in Freetown is the best. You can't sleep. You be all night.
All night.
Sleeping.
No sleeping.
Yeah, no sleeping.
Come to
yeah,
Freetown.
but good.
The beer and the cider, how much did you pay? $4. $4? $2 a pop. Today we're going to go visit Patrick, the young conservationist from the Chimpanzee Sanctuary. He invited us over to his place. We're going to go check it out. It'll be an interesting case study of what a house looks like, how much rent people pay, etc., how people live. So let's go. Yeah, look at the little vegetable garden here. Really well tended for, clean, structured, very pretty. So you live around here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is our community.
Cool, nice. Right now? There's a lot of construction all over Freetown, like we can see right here behind. And the way people approach construction here is typical of emerging markets. They take a staged approach. So they'll build the first floor, they'll finish it up, and then they'll start gradually building the second floor as they acquire money, as they save money, and this is essentially their bank. So instead of putting money in the bank, they put it in construction materials, they put it in labor, and gradually build their house over often many years. And this is very typical what you can find in most of Africa. 2 Leon for an orange, that's less than 10 cents. It's about 8-9 cents per orange. Take 5. Go back. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, nice.
It's been a very long walk.
Yeah, it's been a long walk.
This is the drive. We have to a bit of the compound.
Okay. Yeah, we were a bit confused, but it's fine. It was a good walk. So I'm here with Patrick. Patrick, thanks a lot for having me over.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
So are you originally from this neighborhood?
No, I'm not from here. I'm from the provinces. I'm from Kono, one of the districts in Sierra Leone.
So when you moved here, why did you choose this neighborhood?
Having a specific location in the city is sometimes difficult. There is expanded urbanization. People, finding a suitable place is somehow difficult. But here also is not too far from where I do work, which is Tacugama. Like 20, if you're using a car, it's like 25 minutes to Tacugama. So I think this also is a developing area. If you can see here, you'll see that the vicinity is now developing. And also that's a friend of mine recommended this place to me. We negotiate, and I came here and I rented here for more than a year now.
Okay. So how much rent are you paying for the house?
Well, in Leone's, like 7,500, which is like $350. Because a friend recommended me here, so it was somehow lesser because they knew him. So he was able to lobby so that I can have the place.
Okay, and how does rent payment work here in Sierra Leone?
Well, we do pay here on a yearly basis, not per month. We do pay on a yearly basis. If you see a place you love, you will have to inquire. We have agents sometimes. Sometimes if you come here, you stay. Eventually, as you take some time, the rent will increase eventually as the things go. Because, building material is now expensive as compared to before. And inflation is also hitting us. So rent there's an inflation when it comes to rent as compared to 10 years ago.
So you have to pay 1 year upfront?
Yeah, 1 year upfront. Sometimes it depends. If you want to stay for 2 years, 3 years, some landlords can say, okay, we'll pay for the 3 year you want.
Wow.
Yeah, that's if you want. But normally, if you want a year, you say, okay, well, upfront you pay.
So I see you have an electricity meter here?
Yeah, I have a meter.
Is it prepaid or do you get a bill after? How does it work?
Well, it works in the way you subscribe to it. After the usage, the light goes out and you resubscribe. So it's a fair usage. It depends on the appliances that you do have.
You put credit on it?
Yeah, you put credit.
Like a phone?
Like a phone. When you use it, you have to recharge it. So the usage depends on the appliances that you do have. I don't have that much appliances. I just have maybe an electric goose, the bulb, and a few things.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not have an AC or no. So this is just the basic stuff. For me, because sometimes I'm not here, I do go to the provinces. It takes like, let me say $20, $30 per month.
Per month?
Yeah, per month.
That's not cheap.
Yes.
So you pay as much in electricity as in rent?
No, it all depends on your usage when it comes to electricity. But there's a very huge tariff also in the electricity. You buy certain amount, you get certain amount.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works. So you need to pay a little bit to the government and other EDSA, Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority. They are responsible for this stuff.
Cool. Can we go inside?
Yeah, you can come in.
All right.
Yeah. So this is my humble abode. You guys are welcome to explore around. This is just a sitting room. It's not fancy. This is just like an average living stuff. And here we have the sitting room here, just basic. And also we have a kitchen that needs some upgrading. It's not that too,
What do you eat typically?
Well, locally, I'm good at cooking. I cook rice and our own local dishes. And that is not on a regular basis because I don't have that much time because we do work like 6 times a week, 6 days a week. So sometimes I do I come home around 5, 6 o'clock as the case may be. So I just buy street food and eat.
So you
but once in a while, I do cook, not on a regular basis.
You need a wife, my friend.
Yeah, eventually. This is my place, and if you can see, the light just went out. So, and also here, this is where I do sleep. Yeah, it's like a mini queen size bed, 5x4, and you have the rag over there. Over here, we have the restroom because I'm only living here.
The comment I would have is that the cameraman here, Costa, would need to learn to make his bed like this. Learn from it, Costa.
I want to show you, I have a friend who they just built a house, a very nice 3-apartment place that goes up to $2,000. Yeah, it's a very nice, it was just built recently. Well, people are now trying to get in.
Thank you, that was really interesting.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And Sunday, it's your birthday, right?
Yeah, Sunday is my birthday.
Cool. So your friends are going to come visit you?
Yeah, my friends, I'm expecting some few, I'm an introvert, I like, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are.
Yeah.
So I'm just expecting like 10, 15 people to come here, just basic stuff, not something fancy, because by Monday we'll be going back for work.
How old are you?
I'm 26, I'm turning 26.
Are you looking to buy land here or back where you're from? How do you view real estate?
Buying land here, for us, economically, might be more expensive as compared to the provinces. My family do stay in Kono, one of the districts. I want to buy land there first when I have enough money. But, this job, sometimes the responsibility is huge. Raising money is somehow difficult because you have other plans. Maybe you want to further, like for me, I want to further my education. I want to travel, to explore, to impact lives in general. Because that has always been my goal. That's why I did a bachelor's degree in rural development. I wasn't meant to be in the office. I was meant to go out there and impact people's lives. That's why I'm working with Tacugama as a conservationist. We have several projects, we work with 7 districts in Tacugama. So, but if I have enough money, I would prefer to buy land here because here it's a land of opportunities. Here is the city, the capital city. You have more opportunities as compared to the provinces. But if you are destined to succeed anywhere, you can succeed anywhere. It doesn't depend on your location.
Do you save using banking applications or tell us your relationship to banking?
I have an account with Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, and usually I do save per month. Sometimes I do save, sometimes I make withdrawals when there is an emergency. I also have this mobile money stuff. I have Orange Money and they have free money. Sometimes if I need urgent funds, I don't need to go to the bank. Sometimes the distance is far, I pay a lot of transport, although it's more secured. But if I have money in my phone now, I can go there and cash it out and use it.
Do you buy some of the investments or products that the bank offers?
No, because I'm not that too regular in my savings. So, the world is moving. As the world moves, you need to move with it. These stocks, if it's available, stocks, bonds and all, to see how I can generate funds over time. We're looking at the sustainable part. Me being a young man right now, I'm now preparing for 30 years to come. Maybe I might have a family very soon, I can't tell. So I just need my foundation needs to be strong financially. You can't just have your own family and without you being prepared. Sometimes it's difficult.
Can you tell us about the phone that you use?
Oh, my phone.
Yeah.
I do use an iPhone. I used it basically for security reasons because most of us believe that an iPhone is more secured.
From what generation?
It's an iPhone 11.
Okay.
So I think it was made in 2019.
How much data do you use per month?
The data for us is somehow expensive. You are buying it by maybe a megabyte system. So these companies have made it somehow reasonable to subscribe per week. We have weekly subscription unlimited, which is 1 Mbps per second, 1 megabyte per second. Although it has some other 2 megabyte, 5 megabyte, but I do usually subscribe for 1 megabyte, which is like 6 trillions in our own currency. Around
$3 per
$3,
week.
yes, around $3. But if I have a lot of work to do, I will subscribe maybe that 2 Mbps.
The faster one.
Yeah, the faster one.
Okay.
So it depends on the work I do. But usually I don't use enough data because I spend much of my time at the office. Okay. We have a Starlink there, we have other ways we can connect. But I usually subscribe per month, like 240 trillions.
What social media do you use?
Well, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on X.
You're on X?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Thread, like a lot, like 6 or 7 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I do use LinkedIn for professional stuff.
We'll put Patrick's LinkedIn below.
Yeah, 10 steps ahead. And of course, my goal right now is to pursue my master's. Since I graduated in 2022. If I had the funds or the sponsorship, I would have done my master's. But for us, it's somehow expensive. In fact, recently, the master's, the fees has doubled.
How much per year?
Like around $2,500.
Per year?
Yeah.
For a master's?
Yeah.
At the government university?
Yeah, government, like 40,000 and above, something like that.
40,000 Leon?
Yeah, 40,000 Leon.
So,
because we saw a publication that they did. So if only I'm accumulating my savings, it will take me a very long time to reach that amount as compared to the salary that I do have, I do receive.
Cool. Well, Patrick,
thank
you very much for all the insights. Really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. You're welcome.
The delegation is now over. It's a Saturday. We're taking Saturday and Sunday off. But Stephen, you're leaving tomorrow already?
Leaving tomorrow, correct, yeah.
Back to Hong Kong?
No, I'm going to Sofia, and then I'm going to Zurich, and then I'm going to Hong Kong.
Busy man.
I am.
And we're staying a few more days to meet other stakeholders here on the ground and just trying to get a feel for Sierra Leone. We're really enjoying it. We're happy that we're staying a few extra days, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in Sierra Leone. Most people don't realize that it's action-packed all told.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the event, the delegation?
I think it's gone much, much better than I ever really could have imagined, to be honest. The chemistry between the group was sensational.
Yeah, it was very insightful.
So if you're interested in participating in the program, I can earnestly recommend Ladislas and the Wandering Investor team. They are licensed agents. They look after their clients. The way that they acquitted themselves in onboarding the clients that we've had from them so far has been remarkable. Their service experience has emulated everything that we've tried to accomplish in the design of the program. So don't look any further. These are the guys to work with. We're very happy to have them as official partners. And needless to say, they've got 100% approval rate.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much, and safe flight.
Thank you for coming. It's been really good.
Make sure to download my free ebook, 12 Mistakes to Avoid When Investing in International Real Estate, which you can find on my website, link below, and feel free to follow me on Instagram at The Wandering Investor. I look forward to hearing from you. Ah.